All right, we'll see how this goes. So right now, I'm gonna demonstrate how to do a couple different stretches. Hopefully that didn't just, that's not my mic right there. But I wanna show you a couple different stretches that are super important. The first one, our hips can be very tight because we're seated a lot, right? When we're sitting like this, it can be very, very tight right here in our hip flexors. Now that works in opposition to our glutes, right? Now, so a lot of times you'll see girls, guys, they just kind of stand like this. With there's a little bit of an anterior pelvic tilt is what we call that, where you have an angle like that. We should be standing up straight. Now, one of the things that we can do to help stretch that is to actually get into a lunge, kind of like this. And when we do this, it helps to have your feet actually right in line with each other. So I'm gonna show you from a couple different angles, because I know when I see videos and it's not demonstrated in a couple different angles, it's hard to know if you're doing it right. And I don't know, I guess people don't realize that. I mean, or they're just fucking lazy. Anyways, so what we wanna do is we wanna go like here, keep your chest up, core tight, and we're just gonna lean forward, okay? Just like that. Now, I have a little bit of a bend right here, so I know I can actually go a little bit more forward, and I'm feeling it a little bit more, but I'm still trying to keep my chest up. A lot of times you'll see people doing like this, but you're decreasing that angle. We want to make sure that we're stretching. And another thing, when we're doing this, squeeze the glute on the side that's lengthened like that, and you'll feel it because again, they work in opposition to each other. So this is getting a good stretch, but then when you squeeze the glute, holding it, you'll really feel that stretch even more. Okay, so I'm gonna demonstrate from right in front. This is gonna be like that. Maybe right here it'd be even better. So I'm going right here, leaning forward, chest up, leaning forward, just like that. Walking forward, just like that, okay? Now, next, another important stretch would be I'm gonna show a couple different things. So I like to do our hip flexors, our abdomen, so to stretch for that, it's kind of like upward dog. We're gonna have our hands right underneath your shoulders like this. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go up, keep your elbows down, and look up. You should feel a stretch right there. It doesn't work as well if you do it like this, okay? Your traps are kind of up and tight. If you have tight traps, you might wanna stretch those, but you just would do like this, kind of not, stretch your traps, you'd go like this, and just hold it. You can also hold the side of a chair and pull the opposite direction, but that's again another stretch, but since I brought it up, might as well bring it up. All right, so from right here, again, the ab stretch, you're gonna go up, keep your elbows down, and stretch. All right, you're gonna wanna keep your elbows bent, like I said, shoulders down, not up here, wanna bring them down, and you should be feeling it all the way down throughout your abs, okay? Now, next, I would say it would be good to do is our lower back stretch. Now, for this, it's also another yoga pose. So you just want to start at all fours. So kind of like right here, here, and then we go back and down. All right. This is great for an after workout, just to cool down, especially if you walked a little bit already, just to get your heart rate down. This right here is super calming. Deep breaths. Every one of these stretches would be good to do for 30 seconds minimum, all the way up to like a minute, 2 minutes, whatever you have time for and whatever feels comfortable. We wanna make sure that you have a good stretch, and the longer time that you hold it, the longer the stretch, the more permanent the stretch can be for your flexibility and mobility. So we wanna make sure that these areas loosen up over time and that you're not staying tight, because that's gonna help with you to have better range of motion. It's gonna help you fire the muscles better when you're working out, and it's also gonna help relieve that tension that maybe where you hold a lot of stress and can otherwise be creating a muscular imbalance in those areas, okay? Now next, the last one would be our glute stretch, okay? Now for this, what we wanna do is lay back, and we can pull our knee towards our chest and bring it across. Now I'm super tight right now, so I'm not gonna give the best demonstration, but ideally we'd have this. I just trained legs. I want this to be over here. So we should be bringing our knees close down and towards our opposite shoulder, okay? Now, you can do that a couple different ways too. You can do this seated as well. from a chair, how that would work, you would just go like this and lean forward, kind of like I'm doing right here, which is not so bad. And then you could kind of try different angles, like towards your knee, towards the middle, and towards the other side. You know, loosen up that glute. All right, so a lot of times people will actually experience lower back pain, and it's actually their glute that's very tight. And personally, from my own experience, I thought I had sciatica because of the way that our sciatic nerve runs through our muscles. Basically, when we have very tight glutes, we can feel lower back pain, and that's because it pushes down on that sciatic nerve. Now, our glutes actually run pretty high up. So they kind of go up to right here, where I can feel like the insertion point is. And that's a little bit higher than down here, you know? People kind of think that our glutes stop at our waistline, but it doesn't. It actually goes a little bit higher up, and that's where people can kind of feel like, you know, from all the sitting and everything, or all the working out, when you don't stretch these areas, it gets super tight. And then you start to pull on your lower back. So we want to make sure to work on these different stretches. These are excellent to do on a regular basis, just because your core is where everything starts, right? When you're doing push-ups, you can be sinking because your core is not your hip flexors can be very tight. When you're squatting, you'll be bending more forward because your hip flexors are going to be so tight that you're going to be going like this versus like this. Now, so we want to make sure to address these because it's going to affect all your workouts and how you feel on a daily basis. And I want you to feel better. I want your friends to feel better. I want your family to feel better. And hopefully these stretches can help you all you guys out. Welcome to Evolution, and I'm excited to help you guys out. Take it easy, make the best of today.